Good evening, Warriors. Welcome back to the Grass Lake Sports Weekly Report, your home for all things Grass Lake Warriors. It is March 1st, and I don't care what anybody says. Spring starts today, and I'm pumped about it, Warrior Nation. This is what we've been building toward. We are officially in high school postseason mode. Boys and girls basketball are in district play. Win or go home. Hockey is battling in the regionals and state quarterfinals. Our bowling program is headed to the team and individual state finals. In wrestling, the state finals are coming up next weekend. This is championship season. The lights are brighter, the pressure is real. Every possession matters. Every match matters. Every frame matters. As fun and exciting as high school postseason action is, this show is about all Warriors. From our youngest in pre-K all the way up to our varsity athletes chasing postseason hardware. Boys and girls, every sport, every level. And remember, this is a community-driven channel. I can't be everywhere at once, especially this time of year. So keep sending in those highlights, those stats, those celebrations, and big moments. If it matters to a Warrior, it belongs right here. Postseason energy is different, Warrior Nation. So buckle up. Here we go. Let's get things kicked off with some Grass Lake Warrior bowling news. Our Lady Warriors were out at Jack 60 on Friday for the Michigan High School Athletic Association team state finals and Saturday for the individual state finals. These ladies right here would start out on Friday with qualifying for the state finals positioning. So after 8 Baker games and 2 regular games, the Grass Lake Lady Warriors bowling team qualified as the number 4 seed with a total score of 2,831. Ladies then moved into bracket play, where they took on Madison Heights in the first round, winning 3-0 by scores of 176 to 106, 190 to 164, and 190 to 146. They would then move on to the semifinals of the state finals against Milan. Unfortunately, in the semifinals, the ladies came up short, getting swept by the eventual state champion Milan team. Fortunately, losing 152, 139, 163, 153, and 181, 115. But nothing to hold their heads down about. Making it all the way to the state semifinals this season. A great season for those Lady Warriors. Then on Saturday, we had 3 Lady Warriors that had qualified for the state championship individual event. Maddie Bush, Emma Troyer, and Marielle Shaffrin. They would start out the morning qualifying to see where they would fit in the bracket play. And the top 16 would move on to bracket play, and Marielle Shaffrin finished as the number 11 seed with a total of 1,088. Maddie Bush just outside of the top 16 in 19th place with 1,034. And in 25th, freshman Emma Troyer with a score of 1,010. In the first round of bracket play, Marielle Shaffrin would beat Audrey Sherry from Bronson by a score of 369 to 284 to advance to the state quarterfinals. She would then take on Diana Percha from Flat Rock, winning 389 to 317, moving on to the state semifinals, where she would take on Ashley Van Linden from Grand Rapids West Catholic, winning that semifinal championship 443 to 340. Then she would advance to the state finals championship. She would face off against Mila Upgrove from Otisville Lakeview Memorial. In the first game, she was down by 10 pins, but rallied back in the second game, winning that one 233 to 194 and coming away as champion of Division III bowling in the state of Michigan by a final score of 403 to 374. Congratulations to Mariel for becoming not only the Division III state champion in girls bowling, but the first ever state champion in bowling for the Grass Lake Warriors. We'll shift our focus to powerlifting news as our JV powerlifter state qualifiers traveled over to Oxford this last weekend for the JV state powerlifting finals. Unfortunately, at the time of me recording this episode, the final results haven't been released yet on the Michigan High School Powerlifting Association website. So I'll try and keep an eye on that to get updated results from that competition. But I know we had from our ladies' side with Chloe Holyfield, Michaela Jurek, Ava Renfro, Lily Hand, Isabella Berkey-Cavill, Layla Vandermeer, Aubriana Smith, and Chloe Larson. And then on the boys' side, Brady Westcott, Roman Kawa, Matthew Tompkins, Aaron Henson, Gage Saltz, Will Ford, and Julius Russell. So like I said, I'll keep an eye on those official results to come out and hopefully get them on next week's episode of the Grass Lake Sports Weekly Report. But if you've got information on those that I can't find, please feel free to shoot me an email at glsportsweeklyreport@gmail.com. I did get information on the JV powerlifting state competition just before I was wrapping this episode up. Our women who finished in the top 10 of their weight class: Lily Hand finished in 7th place, Michaela Jurek finished in 5th place, and Ava Renfro finished in 4th place. In the JV men's division, Roman Cowell finished in 8th place in his weight class. So again, congratulations to all those JV Warrior powerlifters. And then as far as our varsity powerlifters go, their state meet will be next Saturday out at Lake Orion High School. So good luck to all those Warriors traveling out to Lake Orion for the Michigan Powerlifting State Finals. And like I said, I'll try and keep an eye on that, keep an eye on those results. But if you've got them out there, shoot them my way. Let's go, Warriors. On the ice, Jackson Zebel and his Jackson United team had postseason action this week. United would start out playing for regional championship against Capital City out at the Wings Event Center. And United would win a close one, 3-2 over Capital City, with our guy Jackson Zebel getting an assist in that game. So Jackson United walks away regional champs, and they would advance to the state quarterfinals, where they were scheduled to play against Rockford on Saturday afternoon out at Southside Ice Arena in Byron Center. And here's some highlights from that quarterfinal game against Rockford.
What a year it's been for the Jackson United hockey team, representing 7 high schools in the Jackson area. Jackson won its first regional title since 2015 with a 3-2 win over Cap City earlier this week. They're in Byron Center today, hoping to book a trip to the state semifinals against a tough Rockford team. Late second period, Jackson down a goal but on a power play. Peyton Paquin passes through the legs of a defender to Parker Goff, who puts it top shelf to tie it up at 1. Heading to the third. Early in the final period, Rockford clears from behind its net. Puck thrown in from the blue line, deflected past the goalie by Elijah Northwood to give Jackson its first lead of the game, but it wouldn't last long. The Rams get 2 goals to lead 3-2 with 9 to play. Jackson wins the draw. Sam Truax fires it into traffic in front. Parker Goff nets his second goal, all square again. 3-3 with 9 minutes left. But just a minute later, Rockford's Maxwell Flaherty fires from the point to the back of the net. The Rams would add one more later. Jackson's season comes to an end with a 5-3 loss in the quarterfinals, but it was a historic season that leaves the program with lots to build off next year.
Incredible game, back and forth. There was, moments when it felt like one team was going to take it and then the other, and maybe we played 20 more minutes, that swings the other way. It's tough to have words at a moment like this. Our guys have worked so hard all year, and it's incredible to be able to have a year like this. We get to hit some milestones. We won some games we never won before, and kind of set the bar high in my first year, I guess. But we got a big returning group next year, and so I'm really looking forward to the future of this program.
As Coach New Iron mentioned in that post-game interview, just an exciting season, and excited for the future of Jackson United. But congratulations to that entire Jackson United team, players, and coaches on just an exceptional season. And speaking of Jackson United and the future of Jackson United, I've got to share with you this short clip of our guy, possibly future goalie for Jackson United, Levi Boatler. Levi and his Melling Performance team were out at Ferris State over the weekend, and Levi was like a brick wall in the goal, helping his team to a 5-3 win over Big Rapids Ice Dogs. Grass Lake Warriors hoops action. Let's see what we got going on in the court this week. Our varsity boys were geared up and ready to hit the hardwood for post-season action. They would travel out to Manchester High School on Monday night in the opener for districts. District 86 of the Michigan High School Athletic Association playoffs, taking on Blissfield. Unfortunately, the boys' season would come to an end as they fell to the Blissfield Royals, 44-72. And a big thank you to our senior leader, Connor Sherwood, as he wraps up his basketball career at Grass Lake High School. But excited for what the future holds for this team as returning majority of these players next season. So the experience will be there next year. We'll turn our attention to the Lady Warriors basketball program as our varsity girls were at home for 2 competitions this week. Their final 2 regular season competitions of the season. They took on the Western Panthers early in the week and celebrated the lone senior on the team, Maya Vigeland. The Warriors and the Panthers battled back and forth the entire game, but towards the end, the Warriors' defense cranked it up a notch, and that was the difference as the Warriors pulled away late in the game, beating the Panthers 73-68. Reese Lake went wild in this one, putting up 35 points and 9 rebounds to lead the Warriors. Leah Starkey added 12 points and 3 assists, and Maya Vigeland, the senior, poured in 10 points for the Warriors. The Warriors would then shift their focus to Division I Wayne Memorial, coming to Grass Lake on Saturday afternoon. The Warriors took a 4-point lead in the halftime of that game, and then it was tied 37-37 going into the fourth quarter. And here are some highlights from the end of that game against Wayne Memorial. Warriors battled and competed for 4 straight quarters against Wayne Memorial. Unfortunately, came up short, losing 44-50. Reese Lape led the Warriors with 19 points and 8 rebounds, with help from Maya Vigeland with 12 points and 5 rebounds for the Warriors. So the Warriors finished the regular season with a record of 20 wins and 2 losses, and they will shift their focus to postseason action as they are scheduled to play Wednesday night out at Napoleon against the winner of the Hanover East Jackson game, which is Monday night. So the girls will have a couple days of practice and then head out to Napoleon Wednesday night, 7 p.m. tip-off. That'll be following the Lumen Christi versus the winner of Springport Napoleon game. I'm sure the Lady Warriors would appreciate the fans in the stands out at Napoleon this week for district competition. Keep up the good work, ladies. In Warrior Wrestling news, our wrestlers are still hard at it. Our middle school wrestlers had their last event of the year on Saturday out at Parkside Middle School, the Junior Jaws competition. All the middle school Warriors competed with everything they had on their last event of the season. The Warriors finished 2-2 as a team on the day with wins over Columbia Central and Chelsea. This Warrior team is loaded with talent and a ton of kids moving on to wrestle at the high school level next season. But extremely proud of this group. They competed well the entire season and won a ton of matches and learned a lot along the way. But excited to see what all these Warriors can do in the future. And then at the varsity level, our guys Brandon and Aiden will be heading up to Ford Field on Thursday for the Michigan High School Athletic Association state finals for individuals. They will wrestle on Friday and hopefully Saturday as well. And the brackets are locked in for those two guys. Brandon Rohde competing at the 126-pound division and will start out his first match against Wyatt Runkle of Hopkins. And then Aiden Durham will be wrestling at the 138-pound division. His first match will be against Miguel Quintanilla of Mount Morris. So good luck to those two gentlemen up at Ford Field this weekend. I did talk to Aiden over the weekend as he was out supporting the middle schoolers out at Parkside. And I told him we are definitely going to try and make it up there to watch those two boys wrestle for a championship. Let's go, Warriors. In baseball news, I will continue with Wednesday night pitching workouts with our 11 and 12-year-olds, or if you're 10 and you're trying to play up a division, you're more than welcome to come out and work with us from 7:30 to 9 in the high school auxiliary gym. If you got any questions about that, feel free to email me at jfdlc3@gmail.com. And we've still got some open gyms on Saturday mornings. Just pay attention to your school announcements, middle school, high school, or middle school and elementary school announcements for times for specific age groups. And we'll also have evaluations coming up as well for our summer youth baseball and softball teams. Also at the high school level, our high school baseball team is looking for sponsors for fence line banners. So if you're interested in doing that to support our high school baseball program, get in touch with Coach Sullen at Keith Sullen at grasslakeschools.com, and he can give you all the information you need and get you set up, get you a banner on that fence out there at the high school field. The Warrior Club Cash-O-Rama is coming in hot. That event is going to be Saturday, March 21st at the Gene Davis and Son Banquet Center. This is the biggest fundraiser of the year for the Grass Lake Warrior Club, and all these proceeds go to the Grass Lake High School Athletic Program. Tickets are $100 per couple. get you in the door, get you dinner, drinks, dancing, hang out with fellow Warriors, and just have a good time for a good cause. And it gets you entered into the drawdown for a chance at a couple big prizes, the biggest one being $2,000. You can get those tickets from any Warrior Club member or at the high school office. They can steer you in the right direction as well. Once again, those tickets are $100 or a couple. If you're also interested in being a sponsor for this year's event, the Warrior Club is still looking for some sponsors. The main dinner sponsor, the main drawing sponsor, some 50-50 sponsors, chipboard sponsor, cash and price grab booth sponsor, dance party sponsor, late night snack sponsor. Get a hold of David Wright, and he will give you some more information on that. Get you squared away if you're interested in supporting that event through a sponsorship. So once again, time is running out. You don't want to miss this one. This is the party of the year. Let's go, Warriors. Warrior Nation, what a time to be a Warrior. District basketball on the line, regional and state quarterfinal hockey battles, bowlers chasing team and individual state finals, wrestlers preparing for the state finals next weekend. This is championship season, and Grass Lake is right in the middle of it. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure you subscribe to the channel. It costs nothing, but it helps this community project grow, and you never miss a thing. Then take 10 seconds and share this channel with friends, family, alumni, and other Warrior parents. The bigger this platform gets, the more we can spotlight every athlete, boys and girls, every sport, every level. And please, keep the information coming. I cannot do this alone, especially during postseason chaos. Send your scores, send your stats, send your photos, send your celebrations. Email everything to glsportsweeklyreport@gmail.com. If it matters to a Warrior, it belongs here. So, until next time, God bless our kids, God bless our community, and go Warriors!